Okay, let's just jump right in. If you're the person responsible for video infrastructure in a big venue, a hotel, an airport, that kind of thing, you know the pain.
Oh, yeah, that head-end room.
That head, it's always just a tangled mess of converter boxes, patch cables, and things that just don't talk to each other.
A total nightmare.
Exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive into a piece of hardware that promises to, well, solve all that. It's the Thor Broadcast H-HYBRID-RF-8.
And that's our mission for you today, to really understand how this one device can take all that chaos and just streamline it.
We're talking about a single 19-inch rack-mountable unit, just 1 U high.
Right, and for about, what, $42.50, you get a piece of gear that turns all these different video sources into clean, broadcast-ready channels. It's all about consolidation.
So let's talk about that consolidation, because that really hinges on what they're calling the hybrid advantage.
It does. I mean, think about it. Historically, if you had a source with an HDMI plug.
Like a Blu-ray player or a satellite box.
Exactly. And you needed to get it into a professional SDI broadcast system. You needed an external converter box, one for every single channel.
Another box, another power supply, more cables.
Another point of failure. And what Thor did here is they built 8 independent inputs that can each be set to either HDMI or SDI.
So the converter is inside the box.
The converter's gone. It's just part of the input. You just immediately clean up your wiring, save a ton of rack space, and, make the whole system more reliable.
And these aren't just basic inputs, right? They've got the professional details covered.
Oh, absolutely. The HDMI side is HDCP compliant. That's a must-have if you're distributing, say, movie channels in a hotel. You need that encryption.
Right.
And on the SDI side, it supports closed caption 708, so you're meeting accessibility requirements right out of the box.
Okay, so that's the input side. But the real magic, to me, seems to be the output flexibility. 8 RF outputs, and they're completely independent.
This is the game changer.
So wait, does that mean I could actually mix and match?
You can mix and match everything. Let's say you have 4 HDMI inputs you want to send out over a US cable standard, like Clear QAM.
Okay.
You can do that. And at the same time, have your other 4 inputs be SDI and send those out as ATSC, which is the US off-air broadcast standard.
On the same device at the same time.
On the same device.
Yeah.
At the same time. Each channel gets its own frequency and its own modulation standard. Total freedom.
Which brings us to the global standards. If you're running, say, an international airport, you need this to work everywhere.
And it does. I mean, it supports pretty much everything. Clear QAM Annex, A and B for the US and Europe, ATSC for the US,
DVB-T.
DVB-T for Europe, and even ISDB-T for Latin America. It's a genuinely universal tool.
So it works everywhere. What about the quality? How good does it look?
It's pristine. The video encoding is MPEG-2, and you can push it up to 25 megabits per second per channel. That is perfect HD resolution.
And the audio.
Audio's covered, too.
Yeah.
Dolby AC3, MPEG-1 Layer 2, AAC, all the professional standards are there.
Let's talk control. I'm hoping I don't have to crawl behind the rack with a tiny screwdriver to set all this up.
Thankfully, no. It's all managed through an NMS web interface. You can configure everything remotely.
And I saw something about VCT, virtual channel numbers.
Yeah, that's a really clever feature. It lets you separate the physical broadcast frequency from what the user sees. So you could be broadcasting on, say, 900 millihertz to avoid interference, but the TV in the hotel room just shows it as channel 8.
Ah, very smart. And I see it has low latency settings, too.
Right, down to 100 milliseconds.
Yeah.
That's critical for things like security camera feeds or live events where you just can't have any delay.
So let's bring this all home. For anyone listening, this device is really about delivering the lowest cost per channel in perfect HD. We're talking malls, airports, hotels, even military installations.
Any place that needs reliable, high density, and really flexible video distribution.
It seems like a no-brainer for a new build or a major upgrade.
It really is. And, it kind of leaves you with a final thought to chew on. Well, considering that each one of those 8 channels can be set to its own unique frequency and modulation standard, think about how that changes how you plan your system. You're not stuck in those old, rigid 4-channel blocks anymore.
Right. You're not forced to make everything the same.
Not at all. So the question to ask yourself is, with this level of channel-by-channel customization, how does that fundamentally change the way you architect your entire signal distribution network from the ground up? It's a completely different way of thinking.